issues. We fixed it. We're going to get this right eventually. It's going to be perfect, pristine in a couple of months. We're never going to remember these dog days of when I was struggling. But hey, welcome, everybody. It's Thursday. There's no training camp today. I kind of feel empty today. I don't even have to go to work, so I got time. We're doing some other stuff today, though. But how's everybody doing? Training camp is off. It's been a week now. It's officially been a week of training camp. I've been there every day. So let's talk about who's looked the best. I think that's what we should talk about. Who's standing out? Obviously, you can ask me who's not looking good, and I'll tell you. But I want to go over who's been looking the absolute best in training camp. So let's get to it. We'll get some questions. We'll let people kind of circle in. What's up, Raphael? What's up? Appreciate that. Tress, what's up? Hi, Deptopia. How's everybody doing today? Let's get into it. I'll ask you guys to kindly leave some questions, and I'll try to get to them. But, of course, we got to get to the topic at hand, the best players of training camp. First and foremost, we got to bring him up. Brandon Ayuk, man. Brandon Ayuk has been so good. We've talked about Brandon Ayuk literally all week. Every single day we mention Ayuk because he's become that guy. It's unbelievable just where he's taking off to. A year ago, all the pressure was on him. Everybody expected him to be this great player in year two. After a solid rookie year, right? He had one of the best rookie seasons out of a 49ers wide receiver. But I just don't know what happened to him. And he did mention this a couple months back when he had his press conference. He says, he learned a lot. And I think maybe he realized he had to assert himself a little bit more. And it's not just going to come to him. Maybe he thought, I'm so good. I'm talented. It's just going to transcend to the field. And I don't have to work for it. But you could tell he's worked even harder this offseason. His body's even more chiseled. He's strong. Right, he looks very strong. He looks like a whole different person compared to where he was a year ago, even 2 years ago. So you can see where Trey Lance and him put in that work this offseason, and it's showing, especially for Ayuk. This guy's coming to camp, and it doesn't matter who you line up against Brandon Ayuk. He's going to beat them, and he's going to get the catch for the most part. He's beaten every cornerback. It doesn't matter if it's Charvarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley. They'll put Jimmy Ward on him. He beats them all. He's so good. He looks so good. I'm telling you, man. It's just the mindset has really changed for him. It clicked. And he tore it up in the second half of the season last year. If you remember, that first half, he struggled. He was in the doghouse. The second half of the season, he woke up. And you could tell. I think he's carried that over into this training camp. And I think Brandon Ayuk is ready to have a monster season. We all have kind of known that. We all kind of you hear everybody talking about Niners lately, and they're all talking about Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk is on fire. I'm telling you, we're going to be chanting that all year. It's going to be a great thing to see with Brandon Ayuk all year dominating. So I think he's been not just a standout on offense, he's been the standout on the entire team. The best player on the entire roster for training camp. Big words, but it's true. It's damn true. What's up, Senior Hyphy? Deptopia says Nick Bosa. We'll get to him. Raphael, All-Pro. Ayuk definitely could be an All-Pro if he has, the season we're expecting off of what he's looking like. He's just looking so good. Definitely Pro Bowl. I think he can make it to a Pro Bowl. All-Pro. That's a whole nother story than another. But, we'll see. Because you got to remember, Deebo Samuel's still on the roster. And I feel like, I was talking to Smitty about this last night from the Fantasy Football Show. I kind of feel that Deebo's a little underrated right now. It's crazy to think, right? Deebo had that monster contract extension last week, right? He got the extension. Everybody's hyped up. Let's go, Deebo. He comes into camp this week. But I feel like Brandon Ayuk is stealing the thunder. Everybody's talking about Brandon Ayuk. I think people are forgetting Deebo Samuel is Deebo Samuel. He's him. I know Brandon Ayuk is coming into this training camp and looking like wide receiver one, Debo Samuel is still Debo Samuel. He's just getting back into the swing of things, getting his chemistry down, and working with Trey Lance. Debo Samuel is still Debo Samuel, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of get the feeling that Debo is a little underrated. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting that vibe. He just has to keep building that chemistry with Trey Lance, and every day it gets a little bit better. I mean, he has had some timing issues with Trey. He did drop a deep pass yesterday, but he'll work on those things. And Debo Samuel is still Debo Samuel. Once he gets it all tightened up, you got to realize that this guy's still one of the best players in the NFL. The contract tells you the 3-year extension he just got. Debo is unbelievable. So let's not put Ayuk in an All-Pro category just yet, because we still have All-Pro Debo. Remember that. He's underrated. It's crazy to me. I feel like Debo is becoming underrated. I don't know. Debo versus BA. Yeah, iron sharpens iron. They're just going to make each other better. Not just the defense bringing everything out of Brandon Ayuk. Debo, he's probably pushing Brandon Ayuk to be better. Like, yo, I'm still the best player on this team. I got the contract, and Brandon Ayuk probably saw that contract that Debo got. You think he doesn't want a 3-year contract extension with $71 million? Shit, I do. I'm pretty sure Brandon Ayuk does. So that's going to motivate. That's going to motivate Brandon Ayuk. That's a good comment. Definitely. Let's get back to the comments. Let's see. Raphael says, highlight reels for Ayuk. Definitely. Is Debo going to be a decoy? I don't think he's going to be a decoy. You got to realize Debo Samuel is the key piece to this offense. That's what I'm kind of alluding to, is Debo's still the guy that, that is so important for this offense to run. It runs through Debo. He's the straw that stirs the drink. I say it all the time. Debo Samuel, straw that stirs the drink. That's Debo. He makes things go. The little engine that could. The little Debo that could. Chugga, 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 chugga. Debo. He's still the man. Brandon Ayuk's going to get his because he has great chemistry with Trey Lance. But Kyle Shanahan's offense is ran through Debo Samuel with the San Francisco 49ers. So I don't think he's going to be a decoy. So let's see. Hit that thumbs up, my man. Smitty's in the building. What's good, baby boy? What's up, Smitty? How you doing, my man? Appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up. Yes, sir. Hit that thumbs up. Tress Farmer says, I got to hear something about Sermon. Actually, I'm getting to him. That's actually a great segue. We'll talk about him next. What's up, Eric O? Let's see. Senior Hyphy says, if Jordan makes it in, who gets left out? That's a great question because I'm getting right to that. You know what? Perfect segue. That takes me to my next two standouts in camp. Trey Sermon and Jordan Mason. The running back department is great. The backfield looks amazing. I really love what this backfield is made up of. TDP's had some really tough physical runs. I like what he brings to the table. Elijah Mitchell, running back one. Y'all saw the video mic'd up with him and Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn's been a great addition. What's the word I'm looking for? Smitty will tell you otherwise. That Anthony Lynn is not something to be excited about. I know he's already going to he's probably sitting here chuckling. Anthony Lynn, haha. Anthony Lynn is going to be great for this backfield. He's coaching these guys up. He's going to make this backfield even better. He's going to bring out the best in Trey Sermon. I'm telling you. And Trey Sermon has transformed his body. Trey Sermon? Let's just call him Transformer Trey. I just came up with the nickname. Transformer Trey. Trey Sermon. He looks absolutely jacked this year. He's focused. He's on a mission. He's running so well. He's running so good out there. I'm telling you, Anthony Lynn, I don't know what he's done, but he's really helped this running back committee get even better. And I think Trey Sermon is going to be a dog this year. Last year he had the injuries. He was a rookie. Just couldn't get his footing right. He seems to have it down this offseason. He seems to be more comfortable. He seems to be more confident. And he's running all over the place. I really think Trey Sermon's going to have the year we thought Trey Sermon was going to have last year. And If you really look at that draft, maybe he was drafted more to be with Trey Sermon or Trey Lance, right? Because Trey Sermon always kind of played with a mobile quarterback in college. So now he has a mobile type quarterback in the NFL, and I think that's going to help his strengths. That's just the way I see it. I don't know. But Trey Sermon looking good. He's definitely been a standout. And speaking of running back standouts, Jordan Mason. I want to tell you, this man looks like a diamond in the rough. Kyle Shanahan has a lot of diamonds in the rough. Jordan Mason is a diamond in the rough. I will tell you that I've seen some cuts and some runs from this guy, and every time I'm like, oh, this guy's good. This guy's good. Jordan Mason's good. I like him. I think he might sneak onto this roster. Again, preseason's going to really tell us a lot. But based on this first week of training camp, he should be on this roster. Like, if rosters were due today, I would have Jordan Mason on this roster. I would have Jordan Mason on this roster. If at anything, practice squad, but if they have to cut him up and do anything, somebody's going to snag this man. You need to put him on the roster because he looks that good. He looks that good. I'm telling you. So answering the question, going back to that, my man wants to know if Jordan Mason's in, who's out. It's JaMycal Hasty. Although JaMycal Hasty hasn't had a bad camp, he's had some bad moments. He's had some fumble issues, but that's JaMycal Hasty. He's always had some fumble issues, so it doesn't seem like he's fixed it. He's had some nice runs. I will say that. JaMycal Hasty's had some nice runs, but the fact of the matter is, it doesn't look like he fixed the issues that needed to be fixed. It's like my man 49ers Media says. He goes, you got to work on what you got to work on. JaMycal Hasty didn't work on what he needed to work on. He didn't work on what he needed to work on. He gone. Take him off the roster. Bring me Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason. Bring me Jordan Mason. And Jeff Wilson, he's not out. Jeff Wilson's looking solid. He got mixed into the first team yesterday. Jordan Wilson's good. I like Jeff Wilson, sorry. I'm stuck on Jordan. Jeff Wilson, sorry. He's not getting cut from this roster. He looks good. They're going to give him the chance to shine because the year he was healthy, he was a damn good running back for the 49ers. A good short yardage running back, a good goal line running back, a good red zone running. Like, this guy was thriving for us when he was healthy. And I don't think the Niners are going to cut Jeff Wilson. He stuck around. They gave him another chance. He had the knee injury last year, and it kind of sucked for him because he didn't really get to his full potential last year. I think Kyle's going to be loyal to him and then give him another chance. I know he does like JaMycal Hasty. Maybe he makes a practice squad, but JaMycal Hasty didn't work on what he needed to work on. I'm out. He's out. If it's up to me, again, I'm not Kyle Shanahan, but if it's up to me, he gone. I don't know. That's just my guess. If you put a gun to Hasty's head and told him you can't fumble this possession, he might as well punch his ticket out. Oh, T.Y. with the brutal comment. You said it. I didn't. That's brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. Raphael says, will you be at training camp tomorrow and Saturday? I will be at every single training camp tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. I will be there. I will be there covering this team for you. The Fantasy Football Show. My man Smitty says, Mason better than Wilson and Hasty. They are Hurds 2.0. That's a good point you bring up. The injuries. Jalen Hurd. We knew he could have been something. But he never got past the injuries. And it limited his career. Hasty, not necessarily injuries. Fumbles have been an issue, but he did get some injuries early on, rookie season. And Jeff Wilson, that is a great statement on Jeff Wilson Jr. This guy has been so good when he's healthy, but again, you use that word, when healthy. I think Jeff Wilson looks healthy this year, so I think they keep him around. But if he gets hurt, Jordan Mason to bring him up. And that's what I think. You're going to keep a guy like Jeff Wilson, and if something happens to him through the season, you got a guy like Jordan Mason who's going to take that opportunity and run with it. Kyle Shanahan likes to do that. He likes to take these younger, undrafted, developmental players, these hidden gems, and then they shine in his system, and he looks like a fucking genius. Elijah Mitchell, y'all didn't know about him. I did. Looks like a genius. Right? Who else? Matt Breida? Raheem Mostert, although he didn't bring him in. but he saw the talent and he put him in the roster. A lot of undrafted guys from Kyle Shanahan. So that's what it is. Kyle Shanahan knows how to find running backs. That's what he does. He's a running back miner. If he was a miner back in the old days, in the olden days when people were mining, he wasn't mining for gold. He was mining for running backs. He would dig in the sand, and he'd find a running back. He wouldn't find gold. He'd find a running back. Pull out the person. What do I have here? Oh, this is a rare vintage Matt Breida. Let's go become a great running back. It's Kyle Shanahan for you. So that's the running backs. They've been looking good. Trey Sermon and Jordan Mason. Let's shift gears to the defensive side of the things, and we'll come back to the offense. I got to talk about the secondary because I love secondary. You know me. I've always been a big cornerback guy. I love cornerback, and I love the fact that we brought in Charvarius Ward this offseason. He has been money in the bank. He's just worth every penny is what I can say. He is earning his money. He's become a absolute dog in camp. He's become an absolute dog in camp. I'm telling you, man. Charvarius Ward and Brandon Ayuk, when they take reps, it's like a cinematic masterpiece. You're like, oh shit, who's going to win this rep? Because they're both playing at a very high level. Charvarius Ward has been among the best defensive players on the whole team. Like there's hasn't been many more people that have been better than Charvarius Ward at camp. Honestly, he's probably the defensive standout because I haven't seen a cornerback dominate the way he has in training camp in a long time. Charvarius Ward has been so good. I'm telling you. And when Brandon Ayuk beats him, you're just like, wow. It's like jaw drops because you're like, wow, that was great coverage. Like yesterday, touchdown, corner in the end zone. Trey Lance just gets it to a perfect spot. Ayuk kind of has to reach for it. The coverage was insane. It was tight coverage. He was sticky. And the fact Brandon Ayuk makes the catch and everybody's like, that was impressive. It was impressive. And I think that we finally might have a lockdown corner. I think I saw a question, is he a lockdown? I think he can be a lockdown corner. Again, the thing in Kansas City is he did not. Charvarius is he. He is him. I had to throw that one out there. Charvarius Ward didn't have the D-line that we had. He did not have the D-line that we have in San Francisco. He doesn't have Nick Bosa. He doesn't have Arik Arms. He doesn't have these guys. The 49ers defensive line is absolutely impressive. If I want to talk about cap standouts, just look at the 49ers D-line. That has been an absolute standout. There's so many names on that line. But that pressure is going to take... So that pressure up front getting to the quarterback is going to take pressure off the secondary, and they're going to be able to do their thing. So Charvarius Ward is thriving with the 49ers, and you love to see it. He looks great. He looks locked in. He loves being on the Niners. He tweeted out, we love having him here because we needed a cornerback one. Although I love Emmanuel Mosley, we needed another guy. We can't just have one cornerback because then they're going to throw to your other guy and gas him up, cook him out. Look what happened to Josh Norman last year. Look what happened to Drake Kirkpatrick. Those were the guys we had last year. No disrespect to them, but they were older. They weren't coming into camp in shape. They were like a last-minute clearance item special. You know, it was a Kmart blue light special. We need a cornerback. There's a spill on aisle 5. Now we have to get a cornerback from aisle 3. That's what they did last year. Like, we had bad cornerbacks. I'm going to keep it a buck. Cornerback situation was shitty last year. It looks a lot better this year. And speaking of Emmanuel Mosley, he's been another standout. Emmanuel Mosley, contract season, he looks great. Those two guys together, E-Man and Charvarius Ward, it's going to be a good secondary. Oh, my God. Get to some comments here. You like that analogy? Did I quit his day job? Well, I stepped down as director, but yeah, so let's talk about that. I did step down as the rehab director. I have my reasons why. I just wasn't happy with the company and the way they were going, and I have my values. I still work as a physical therapist, but now I actually get to treat patients. I have a clinic I work for part-time when I need to, and I have a home health company that I'm working with. Kind of do my own independent contractor type business. So whenever I need to see patients, I have them up and I go see them. So I see patients on my own dime, and I'm going to focus on my social media brand. We're going to continue to build that up. So my goal eventually is to be on those sidelines and get content from you for you. So that's the ultimate goal. But I still have a job where I make money. So, but things change. I don't know. Maybe I won't be in the healthcare field in a few years. I don't know. The whole field, the whole industry of healthcare is changing, and I don't know. I don't like the way it's going, and needed a change. So yeah, I'm risking nothing. Really. And if at the end of the day, if things don't work out and I need to work a 9 to 5, bro, I can go get one the drop of a hat. The moment I put my resignation in and I put my resume on Indeed, my email, I felt like Debo Samuel. Oh, bro, my phone was like, I was getting offers, like the money. I was like, bro, whoa. I was like, I remember one of these offers, like I called them. I was like, is this a typo? The money that is said on the contract? Like, no, it's not a typo. I was like, well, consider me interested. I will send my application. Signing bonus? Signing bonus? I didn't get any of that before. So, anyways, chase your dreams. Point of the story is chase your fucking dreams, man. You got one life. Chase them, baby. Oh, man. Let's get to it. Real ones, remember when Kirkpatrick got hit stick? Oh, my God. That moment when Kirkpatrick got that fucking hit stick, at that moment, I said, please get us another cornerback. That's the moment when they took him out, and I think Ambry Thomas started rolling after that. Drake Kirkpatrick, the hit stick, Arizona. What an embarrassing moment. What an embarrassing moment. That shit ain't happening this year to our cornerbacks. We have dogs. E-Man, Charvarius Ward. You know who else has stood out? I want to get to these because there's a few more I need to get to. Diamador Lenore has come into training camp on a mission this year. I didn't see or hear anything from Lenore offseason. I didn't see any training workout videos, nothing. I kind of forgot about Lenore, but that's my boy, Lockdown Lenny, right? Lockdown Lenore. Remember we came up with that nickname last year? I think we're going to get to use that a lot this year. He was a preseason champion, a preseason warrior last year. He was really good. And then he vanished. Because Kyle Shanahan doesn't like rookies, right? But I'll tell you what, Lockdown Lenny, Diamador Lenore, has had consistent good days in camp. I thought I tweeted this yesterday or posted this on my page. I tweeted it. I forgot to add it to the post. I'm pissed at myself because I need Lenore to get his recognition. He needs his recognition. Put some respect. Give Lenore his flowers. He's coming into camp looking good. That slot corner battle is tough. And he's making his best out there. It's going to be tough. Preseason is going to be a battle, but I hope he shines in preseason. But Diamador Lenore has looked good in training camp. I got to give him his flowers. He looks really good. I love it. The boombox holder. You would love to see me as the boombox holder or the strength and health and performance coach. Now, that'd be cool. The boombox holder, I know who that is. Nick Cray. He's a cool dude. I talked to him. I know him. Good dude. Maybe I should take his boombox spot for him. I should talk to him. I like Nick. He's a good dude. I'll see if he can get me out there to do the boombox. Can you imagine me out there holding the boombox? You see Debo on the right, Trey on the left, Trent Williams in the cut, and you got me, my little ass with my, crazy mannerisms, out there holding the boombox, and we're like, oh, we could have been superstars, dropping Super Gremlin. I'll probably look like media out there, right? 49er media. Oh man, I'd be vibing it out. That would be dope. Maybe we gotta get that going. I should be the boombox guy. Super Gremlin. Oh shit, that'd be funny. Let's get to Tarvarius Moore because I have him on my notes. I gotta talk about Tarvarius Moore. I'm impressed with Tarvarius Moore. He's come into camp, coming out right. Last year he tore his Achilles. That's a bad injury. It's a bad injury, right? For anybody. Like cornerback, safety, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a tough injury. But Tarvarius Moore, man, this is another guy. He needs his flowers. He's been looking good, looking really solid. Every day he's been making plays. He's out there. He's athletic. He's very athletic, and that's what I like about Tarvarius Moore. He's rangy. He's still pretty good at kind of running across that field. He's flying. He's flying, actually. I really like what I've seen out of Tarvarius Moore. He's flying. And I was worried about that. Because when you have an Achilles, you may not have that quickness, that explosiveness. I didn't think he was going to be flying the way he is. And he's been making a lot of plays. There was one day, can't remember the day, a couple days back. Shit, he had like 2 picks. He was all over the place. I was like, okay, Tarvarius. Okay, Tarvarius. Get it, baby. Tarvarius Moore has been very good. I like what I've seen out of T. Moore. I hope he continues it because he's giving Hufanga a run for his money. Although I think Hufanga is going to be your starter, it's not written. It's not written in the stars yet. Tarvarius Moore's pushing P. He's kind of pushing for that spot. So Tarvarius Moore has been looking good. And again, it's just nice to see that he's healthy. You know, the fact of the matter of him coming in, and it doesn't look like he lost his explosiveness, that is nice to see. Because when you have an injury like that, you're like, he's not going to be the same athletic type guy. He might have to change his game. No, he's still very athletic. He's still running and doing the things he need to do. He's a very, very rangy, very athletic safety. And this is the type of guy that we need back there. And I think he's going to help put pressure on Hufanga. And that's going to make Hufanga play better. Right? Iron sharpens iron. You play good, shit, I got to play good. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, you know that's my favorite saying. At the end of the day, it's only good for everybody involved on that secondary. Tarvarius Moore is going to push Hufanga, and Hufanga is going to push Tarvarius Moore. Bottom line. Let's go to the defense. We got to talk about Nick Bosa. How do we talk about training camp without talking about Nick Bosa? Good night, Sally. Good night, Sally. Nick Bosa, I mean, why would you think he didn't look good, right? He looked just, this man's chiseled. His abs have abs that have abs. And they have abs. He's got like a 30-pack, a 100-pack, whatever you want to call it. A 100-pack. Looks good. Nick Bosa obviously looks good, but he said he's in the best shape of his life. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. This man is larger than my life, your life, everybody's life combined in this chat. Everybody's life that is here, he's larger than it. Nick Bosa's looking so good, man. He is just effortlessly. He goes out there, and he's just pushing people around. He's pushing people around. You could just tell. He's so focused, man. And he's so, like, just so focused. Every day he comes out and he does the same exact routine. He comes out at the same time. He comes out and he does the same stretches. He comes out and does the same routine no matter what. It's like clockwork. He's so disciplined. It's unbelievable how disciplined he is. He talked about his offseason with Cam Inman, and Cam said he did the same thing every day. You know, he spent some time with his brother, spent some time in the gym pretty much all day, and then they went to go boating. And he ate a clean, healthy diet. Like, his diet must be the cleanest in the world. It is so clean, I imagine. This man is so disciplined, and you can see the results on the field because of it. This guy is so dedicated to himself, his craft, his body, everything. My God, he looks good. The one person that does give him a little bit of a challenge, I'll say a lot of bit of a challenge, is Trent Williams. That's another guy who looks absolutely incredible. This guy is so crazy, man. I tell you what, Trent Williams, every single day, I'm amazed at how good he is. And he makes Nick Bosa work. When Trent Williams goes up against Bosa, he makes him work. And one thing I want to talk about, what's up, Big Wayne? Breezy in the house. My man, Big Wayne, what's good, baby boy? How you doing? You like the shirt, Street Fighter? A little throwback to my old days, back when I was a kid growing up. These young bucks, they don't know about Street Fighter. Street Fighter was my game. All about Ryu and Ken. Guile was pretty dope, too. We can have a whole podcast on Street Fighter one day. But what's good, Wayne, man? My man, just chopping it up. We talking about training camp standouts. We're kind of at the end of the show, but, glad you could drop by. My man, Big Wayne Breezy. Go give him a follow if you're not. This man works hard. I love Big Wayne. Round 1. Fight. Hadouken. Let's do it, man. We got to go live sometime soon. Me and my boy, Wayne. But what I was saying is, Trent Williams is just on another level. Like, Nick Bosa is definitely built different. But Trent Williams is just on another level as a lineman. When you watch him, his hand placement, his foot placement. It's like a conductor of an orchestra. A conductor of an orchestra. Yeah, tap into me, Wayne. Just DM me or text me, and we'll get to it. He's like a conductor of an orchestra, man. Trent Williams' hands are in perfect placement. He's smooth like butter when he moves. This is so good. So the one thing I want to say about the O line, because a lot of people are complaining about the O line, they don't look good. Da, 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 da. They're inexperienced, and when you look at this team, you're looking at a team that has Trent Williams. So it's hard to kind of make a fair assessment. I'm watching this line, and I see Trent Williams, and I'm like, holy God, he's so good at everything he does. Then you see these other guys next to him. They're not bad, but their hand placement's a little out of place compared to Trent Williams. So it's like, he doesn't look good. But you're comparing them to perfection. You're comparing these guys to a perfect lineman. So it's, for me, what I want to say is when people are sitting here evaluating these linemen on the Niners, think about this. You're watching them going up on the same line as Trent Williams is, and they're also going up on the same D line that Nick Bosa and everybody else on this. They have some dogs on this D line, and they have to play against them. It's going to make them better. I'm telling you, once the regular season starts and we play some of these other bogus teams, Niners are going to look so much better because their talent is better. Wayne says Trent Williams is from a different planet. He is. I want to know what planet he's from. I'm going to go there. I'm going to take a NASA trip, take a rocket, go there, and pull some of those players and bring them back so we can get them on the Niners, because he definitely is from another planet. I mean, Jesus. When I spoke with Spencer Burford and he was telling me his training, he told me this man is so... training's insane. He trains at night, 11:30 at night till 4:30 in the morning. You want to talk about different? Who's up at 11:30 p.m. training? Trent Williams is. That's why he got 99 in Madden. He's the best of the best. Shout out to Trent Williams. That man definitely a standout at camp. I love him. He's always vibing out. Gotta love him. The last guy I want to mention on today's show, I got to give a special shout out to Kevin Givens, D lineman. I'll tell you what, man. Kevin Givens, I like him. Tress says he's from the planet called the University of Oklahoma. Best O-lineman coach in the nation, 100%. He is definitely a monster, and they raised him right. Oklahoma's a good school, and they definitely raised a beast with Trent Williams. But switching gears to Kevin Givens, got to give him some credit because he's really been standing out to me. I like him. I like what I see out of Kevin Givens. And it's good because this team had a lot of injuries, right? Mo Hurst tore the biceps. Hassan Ridgeway, hamstring strain. And then Arik Armstead, knee sprain, but it's not serious, like he said. But there are 3 defensive linemen that are hurt. So guess what? Opens the door for Kevin Givens. Here comes your opportunity. Make the most. Take advantage of the ops, like Richard Sherman would say, right? What do you say? Take advantage of the ops. Fuck yeah, Kevin Givens is taking advantage of the ops. 100%, he's taking advantage of the ops. He's looking good, man. I like Kevin Givens. He's a sneaky little sleeper type player. He's making plays on that line. He's moving. He's grooving. He was in the backfield yesterday faster than you can snap your fingers. There was a play where he just beat the crap out of Brendel on a rep. Would have been a sack. I mean, Jake Brendel didn't know what happened to him. He was looking around like, you just beat me that fast? He smashed him like y'all need to smash that like button. He smashed him. He smashed him, bro. I was like, this guy Kevin Givens, he's quick. He's a nice lineman. I like him. Sneaky. And I think the injury to Mo Hurst, I hate it, but it did open the door to a guy like Kevin Givens. And you know what they say? Next man up. Kevin Givens is the next man up. He's taking Mo Hurst's spot, and he's doing a damn good job. So I got to give him his flowers because Kevin Givens has been a standout. So those are my top. I mean, there's other guys that played good. I could sit here and talk about every single player. But this was the guys that I've, really seen, and they stuck out to me. So these are the guys that I really, really was like, okay, I got to give them their flowers, shower them with flowers today. There's no training camp. Let's talk about them. But, of course, going back to the beginning, the biggest standout of the entire training camp is Brandon Ayuk. Right now in training camp, Brandon Ayuk is him. He got that dog in him, like everybody's saying. He really does. Brandon Ayuk has been amazing. those are the notes. That's it for today. Let's get to some questions and then I'm out. First show, morning show. I hope you guys liked it. It was fun. It was a different change of pace for me. We'll get better at it. That was the first day. Back at training camp tomorrow. I can't wait. I wish it was training camp today, but hey, gotta have some days off. How are we doing in there? Smash the like button. Let's take a last couple questions. Media says, okay, I'll get to these. I like this question from Trey Farmer. How's about Drake Jackson? I'll get to him. 49er Media says, are you worried about Juwan Jennings drops? No, it's training camp. This is where you have to make mistakes. If you're going to make mistakes, you better make them in training camp. And the good thing is he stays after every day, working. Not worried about it. Because Juwan Jennings was a sure-handed receiver last year. Not worried at all. If it's week 3 in the NFL season, week 4, and he's having these issues, media, then I'll be concerned. Ted's Beats. What's up, Ted Beats? He says, is Malik Turner making the roster? I think he makes the practice squad, but he's looking pretty good in camp. He's had some big plays. He had that big one-handed snag. Holy moly, that was good. I like him. He's a tall guy. He's athletic, tall. He might make this roster, but it's tough because I think you have five wide receivers guaranteed. Debo, Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Danny Gray, Ray McLeod. Will they keep a sixth one? I don't know. They might because of depth. Special teams, depth. But then where do you take a spot out of? Right? Shanahan likes to have 3 tight ends. But I don't know. Tight ends like so crazy right now. Although Dwelly stepped up yesterday. He looked good. I don't know. A tight end's a tough spot to gauge. We all know George Kittle's making the roster. Other than that, I couldn't tell you who's making the roster at tight end just yet. I think the rest of this week I'm going to focus in on tight end because that's one spot I really haven't been looking into too much. I mean, I've kind of done my homework on it, but not as much as I have with other positions. And then the injury to Jordan Matthews was kind of really tough because I thought Jordan Matthews was standing out. I thought I was going to be talking about him today, but I'm not. We are, but in a bad way. So I will focus a little bit more on tight ends, and I'll tell you who's making the roster on tight ends. But again, going back to the point, is Malik Turner make the roster? I don't know. Who do you replace him for? I think they're going to stack that D-line. 10 D linemen make it. They're going to stack that O-line. They need all the depth in the world they can. So after that, you have to kind of pick and choose who's going to be in there. And then the running back's another position that's probably going to have 5 guys. So it's tough. Right now, if I had a gun to my head, is Malik Turner making the roster? I'm going to say no. But I hope that answer changes once preseason. I like the guy. Marco says, I'm late to the party. Hey, better late than never. Let's get to my man, Trez Farmer. He had a good question. He did tell us that Trent Williams is from the planet of Oklahoma. So if you ever get a chance, go to the planet of Oklahoma and see where Trent Williams is at or from. And then he wants to know about how is Drake Jackson. He says he feels like he hasn't heard much about him. You know what? You didn't initially because he wasn't getting a lot of opportunities. The first few days, Drake Jackson wasn't getting a lot of opportunities. He was, really working on those drills, getting his technique down. And that's what I think, what I've noticed with this team, with the roster. They like to really develop their younger guys. They really, really develop them very good, right? Chris Kasurek, he does his thing. All the other line coaches, all the other coaches out there, they're doing their thing. And then as they feel a little bit more comfortable with the player, they get more chances. So this week, Drake Jackson played primarily with the third team. And he was just eating. He was eating. He was getting the backfield all the time. I noticed. I was like, okay, Drake Jackson's getting pressure. He's getting pressure. Brock Purdy wasn't liking it. He forced some incompletions. If it was a game, it would have been a sack a couple times. Then one of the days, he got moved into the first team. He got first team snap with Nick Bosa. He had to go up against Trent Williams on a snap. He didn't do well. But again, he talked about it this week. He talked to the media and said, look, I had one opportunity, and I learned a lot. You could tell he soaked it all up like a sponge. And Drake Jackson is taking every opportunity he has, and he's working incredibly hard. He had a good day yesterday. He had a couple of reps with the ones because Nick Bosa was out, right? He had a day off, and they let Drake go in the ones, and he had some good reps. He had a really good rep where he pretty much got a sack. So overall, Drake has kind of started leveling up. He's getting up. He's getting up there. I'm not worried about his development. He looks good. And the thing about him is he's a rookie. They're going to ease him in. They have such good depth on this D line. You don't have to have him to be a superstar right away. You're going to be able to take your time with them. And once he gets his body into the right position he needs to be, hit that NFL gym for a while, get the techniques down, get the playbook down, and all the assignments, he's gonna be great with this team. But yeah, it's good to see he has gotten a lot more reps with those first teams, and he did get a chance to go up against Trent Williams, and obviously Trent Williams won the rep, and he schooled him. But that was great for the young Drake Jackson, because what do we always say? Iron sharpens iron, and competition breeds success. So that was a great moment. I think I posted the video the other day of him talking about Trent Williams and how Trent's really that opportunity really taught him a lot. In just one rep against Trent Williams, he learned so much. So Wayne says Matthews was my tight end too. Sucks that he got injured. Me too. That's why I got to go back to the drawing board and watch these tight ends more. I thought I had it figured out. Boy, was I wrong. Ross Dwelly probably is tight end too. He had a good day yesterday. Ross the boss. God and Debtopia are both worried about the center position. I can't say I'm not worried, but I can't say I'm worried. It's too early to tell. They got the killer bees rotating. You got Brunskill, you got Brendel, you got Brunskill, you got Brendel, you got Brendel, you got Brunskill. I don't know who's going to be the starting center. I don't think Kyle Shanahan knows who the starting center is, because he's rotating them both out there. Like one day, it's Dan Brunskill. The next day, it's Jake Brendel. Maybe they both morph them together. Maybe if you just morph Brendel and Brunskill together, you'll get the ultimate center. Maybe. I don't know. But right now, I couldn't tell you who's going to be center, because they are basically splitting. It's like a 50-50 split. Maybe a 60-40 split. I think Brunskill's had a little bit more chance. But coming into camp, we all thought Jake Brendel was going to be that guy. Right now, he's not that guy. And I know everybody wants J.C. Treader, but the Niners like to develop their players. Because if they develop their players, they save money, and they look like geniuses. So I don't think they're going to sign J.C. Treader as much as everybody wants to. Again, it's only been a week of training camp. Let's give him some time. Let's see how it goes. It takes time to kind of stabilize. Rome wasn't built in a day or a week, overnight. It took a long time to build Rome. It's going to take some time to build this O-line. 49ers O-line, let's make sure we think about it as Rome. It's not going to be built overnight. Give them some time. I think they'll iron it out. As long as this team can block for the run, we'll be fine, because everything else will come into place. But I am a little confused on who the hell is going to be the starting center, because, again, every day it changes, like I changed my shirt. Brendel, Brunskill. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But that's definitely a good question. I know everybody's concerned about it. Hopefully this week, the rest of the week with training camp, hopefully I get to tell you some news of, Jake Brendel had a great day. Oh, my God, damn. I hope I get to tell you that. So we'll see. 49er Media says, hear me out. Tanner Hudson making the roster. We'll see about that, buddy boy. Can he block? If he can't block as a tight end, he ain't making the roster. What's up, Mariah? Dwight. Jimmy to the Browns of Watson suspended. Let's end this live with Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what? Let's talk about Jimmy Garoppolo as we end this live, because I've been live for a little bit. We're going to end it now. But that's a good topic. Jimmy Garoppolo. Why is God asking questions? Sometimes God... Listen, before we get to Jimmy, that's a good point, Debbie. If God doesn't know who the starting center of the 49ers is, ain't nobody know who the starting center of the San Francisco 49ers. God doesn't know. The Almighty. God with the comment of the day. He doesn't even know. God doesn't know. He or she, God doesn't know who the starting center of the San Francisco 49ers is. I don't know either. If God doesn't know, your boy don't know. Oh, that was classic. That is funny. Okay, so the last thing, Jimmy Garoppolo. I get this asked all the time. Where do you think he's going? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the first thing is he's been throwing, and he's letting it rip. He's got no restrictions. John Lynch talked about that the other day. No restrictions. He's throwing a lot in camp. I seen him throwing every day. He's doing this little thing, little rollout, little. I was like, Jim, I never seen you do that with the when you're playing in the game. He was literally rolling out, throwing, little diming it up. I was like, come on, Jimmy, you've been holding out on us a little bit, but he did. Arm looks good, shoulder looks fine. You know, he looks like he's rehabbing very well. It looks like everything's healing good. He's doing everything he can to put himself out. This is his resume, a virtual resume. He's showing these teams, yo, I'm ready. Come pick me up. I'm QB1. Come and get me. He's doing everything he can to audition for a team. That's smart. The Niners let him out there. People are getting video of it, and everybody sees it. The media sees it. These teams see it. If a team needs an emergency quarterback, they're going to get him. The team that I think that Jimmy, if I had to predict, it's the New York Giants. I think he's going to the Giants. They got a new coach, Dabble. They got a quarterback that they don't really have ties to with their new head coach, and a quarterback, Danny Dimes, who really hasn't panned out, right? So I think, gun to my head, if I had to make a prediction, Jimmy Garoppolo to the New York Giants. He would be great in the New York media. He's dealt with the San Francisco media. You know how he's had to put up with over here. If he could deal with whatever he's had to deal with in San Francisco, with their team's media and everything here, he can go to another big national market and handle himself well. New York. They got the Italian stallion, Jimmy Garoppolo. Let him go to New York. He'd be fine. I think, and he'd look good in blue. I'm pretty sure he'd be fine with the Giants. And this is the final thing I got to say. If Jimmy goes to the New York Giants, how great would it be? How great would it be to see him beat Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys twice a year? Twice a year. Could you imagine if Jimmy Garoppolo beat the Cowboys twice a year? I would love it. And beat that chump Carson Wentz, the trash bucket, twice a year. Yeah, I said it. I see people talking about Matt Stafford and arm fatigue. There must be some news out there I got to take a look into after I get off this live. But that is my prediction. Jimmy Guat, Giants, perfect fit. I love you guys. That's it for today. Appreciate you. I will be live on YouTube every single day. Training camp is back. I will probably have a set time from now on after training camp. So not this week, but we got one more week of training camp. Then I'm going to have a set time every day where you guys could come in and know I'm doing my show. So let's figure out a time that works best, and I'm going to do it every single day. I love you. Bang, bang. Nana gag. I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did it, I did. That's all that matters. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Let's have a good day off. Take care.